Alright, recording some commentary for my most recent run of Super Mario 64. I'm recording this after having done the run, just so that I could focus a little bit more. This isn't my very first run, but as you can see by the file select screen, but it is my first recorded run. I didn't time or officially record the first run. I just wanted to get used to the route, so that run was about an hour and 45 minutes. This run is substantially faster than that. Let's see, a few things I want to say. I made my own splits, just kind of high-level eyeballed it. I also think I probably need to revisit which stars I'm exactly going for. I think my route is a little off. I'm getting 1 star in Lethal Lava Land that I'm pretty sure is supposed to be a different star, but I was too lazy to look up what the, good quote-unquote route is. Also a few tricks that I didn't get or try for even, but you'll see coming up here as this starts. Let's see. Yeah, I believe, I went for Lakitu skip here and completely missed it. Didn't even, I mean, going for it is relative. I actually did, in my very first attempt at this, I did actually get it, which was kind of weird. Beginner's luck, I suppose, but did not get it here. So we're going to head into Bomb Battlefield. Overall, getting 3 stars from here. Chain Chomp Gate, King Bomb, and Foot Race Quick and Quick. I have tried learning the setup for Bomb Clip. I am not very good at it yet, and so I'm not doing it this run. I did all right movements-ish. Like, I missed my initial attempt here, so I just, waited. Okay, and then nailed the 3 ground pounds. So. Obviously not the fastest, but decent for me anyway. And, I should talk about the way that I'm doing my splits. I'm basically trying my best to end the split for a world as I grab the last star that I'm going to get from that world. Since I'm not going to be bouncing around, I'm going to do all the stars in one world and then move on to the next. So, yeah, so here we're doing King Bomb. Just gonna relatively slowly make my way up to the tower. Like I said, I did very little watching other runs before I kind of threw together a run and an attempt. I knew roughly which stars to go for, and I also know some of the tricks and some of the setups. Specifically, you'll see later, I'm going to, well, I'm going to do it, but not effectively. Cannonless in Womp's Fortress, which I obviously have seen the setup for, and that's why I'm able to do it in, I think, 2 or 3 actual attempts. I had some real movement struggles in that level, so I can't remember, but here's King Bomb fight. Missed my first attempt to grab him. I remember that. That's annoying, but reasonable from here on. Just backflip over him and then grab him. Yeah, I found what was I gonna say? I don't recall. But yeah, overall not too bad. Gonna go in for Foot Race Quick and Quick. Well, nice attempt to backflip into the painting. I don't actually know if that's the best way to do it. It's probably faster to turn around, but I don't know. I like backflipping into the paintings. But it's definitely not faster when you occasionally ground pound. Oh, yeah! And here I accidentally said, don't go to the foot race. I'm not sure how that happened, other than I was pushing the joystick to, like, start running and didn't realize that it actually had an option there. So chalk that up to rookie mistake. And then I hit here, annoyingly. Yeah. I'm recording this like pretty much right after having done this run, so most of it's still fresh. Really got to work on the, oh my word, so many damages. I really got to work on my long jumps and not just like accidentally ground pounding. But yeah, I obviously still somehow managed to beat Koopa the Quick. I don't take the teleporter in the cave just because I couldn't remember. I know he can call you out on it, and I don't remember. I think he has to see you do it. So if you're far enough ahead, he won't catch you, but I didn't know where he was, and B, didn't really want to take the chance at this point, because I can't remember. I think you're incentivized to still beat this fast, even though you have to wait for him. If I remember correctly, he actually speeds up after you finish, but I might be wrong. I might be thinking of a different game, because otherwise this is just an auto-scroller. Some long jump practice in there. Trying to foreshadow for the bljs that I have to do later. Okay, and that's time for Bomb on Battlefield, and then of course I didn't know what I was doing, so I accidentally set the split for Cool Mountain by double tapping the button. So I actually had to back out and fix my splits. So I lost a few seconds there, but not a huge deal. Alright, so on to Cool Mountain. I think traditionally, if I remember correctly, Womp's Fortress is actually the next level you do. I'm not sure why, other than I guess cannonless is kind of hard. So you might want to try to front load the run with that. I didn't, because I knew regardless of what happened, I was going to continue this run. So there was no outcome where I was going to reset. So pop in here. Quick trip down the slide. One thing I'm not sure of, and I should probably look at a route or a run, is whether or not taking this shortcut is faster, or like the preferred way to go. It's probably not faster when you end up slipping, sliding left and right like that a bunch, but I also bonked on my way out, but tried to recover and make it look intentional, kind of. One thing I'll say that I did in this run that I did not do in my original run is I didn't get any game overs. So spoilers, I get kind of low on lives, but I don't get any game overs, which is pretty good. So back in, and we're gonna do Baby Penguin, which, oh my gosh, in my first run I spent probably 5 minutes trying to climb that little slope on the side right there to get up to this penguin, and then realized this time around that I should just jump on top of the cabin. And yeah, almost fell there, which probably wouldn't have worked because I wasn't in the right position. Overall, this is just very slow. Like, I know this can be improved, obviously. I mean, I've actually seen the quote-unquote speedrun way to do this, and I'm not doing it that way. But still relatively fast, like, compared to some, like, any sort of casual way of approaching the star. Alright, so last star of Cool Mountain, and one I definitely have a lot of room to improve. Wall kicks will work. Oh, another great not long jump. Yeah, so wall kicks will work. I struggle with two things. One is getting... Nope, some lag there. One is actually getting to wall kicks will work. like where the star is. And primarily that's because I fell off here. And I know where it is, kind of. But I proceeded to psych myself up and think it was right here. And dove off the wrong area. I mean, it is kind of here. You can see the ledge over there, but I was nowhere near it. So, yeah, first death of the run. Because I just yeeted myself off the cliff. Whatever. Second one, I believe I still don't make it here because I jumped too far, despite knowing exactly where it is. But so yeah, so trouble getting to the actual place where I can attempt to get the star, followed by problems actually completing the wall kicking portion of wall kicks will work. Yeah, so I think here I just like jump way too far. Yeah, and I try to kick to save, but so yeah, wall kicking is something that I'm not super terrible at. It comes up again later in the Hazy Maze Cave star, where you have to wall kick up to the platform, and I do a substantially quicker job of it there. Here, trying to remember, it wasn't. Oh my gosh, I remember I hit every single wall that you possibly can hit on the way down there. But yeah. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, I make it down here this time. Yeah, I cut the angle way tighter and pretty easily make it, but the trouble's not over yet. So I meant that first wall kick is always easy, and then it's just this, I gotta get the timing for this triple jump down a little better, I think. It's not the wall kick thing that's as big of an issue, but I definitely did a lot better this time than I did the first time I attempted the star in my run, in my very first run, the hour 45-minute run. I think it only takes me 3 or 4 attempts. It might even be this one? No, it must be the next one. So yeah, just learning the timing of when to start triple jumping. Oh, there it is. And then I also approach this very slowly, or a little cautiously, because in my first run, I basically made it up there, I think 3 separate times, and then proceeded to not get to the star, even after doing the wall kicks. So yep, we're done with that split. Heading into Womp's Fortress. I do start by doing cannonless, just because I kind of want to get it out of the way. Yeah. Not a whole lot to say. Oh, I had to take a brief pause here because my laptop was dying, so I plugged it in at this point. I was scrambling to... Oh, in fact, there'll be another pause because I accidentally disconnected my monitor that had OBS and all my other things running on it, so I had to go reset that up. I think that must be coming up right here. I thought I did it before. I tried cannonless. Maybe I did it right here. Or maybe I tried cannonless once and then tried to fix it. So, okay, yeah, right here is where I temporarily went to reconnect my monitor and move my programs around again so I could actually see and verify the recording was still working. Yeah. So, one of my problems doing cannonless, I had 2 things. One is, like, actually grabbing that stupid ledge before I backflip onto the plank. And I'm sure you'll see many, many more times of me falling. But I got a kind of far grab, so I struggle with knowing exactly how far away is okay. But I got this one, which I thought looked alright. Backflipped on. So I think the problem, one problem I had is I think I punched there, and I think you actually have to rotate the camera first. Which is to say that this attempt is not successful. And instead results in a grab. So I go back to try it again, and then proceed to fall off. I don't remember exactly how, but I remember that I did. Oh. I must... Yeah, right there. So it'll be a few more attempts of that. But still, my very first attempt, I actually tried to do it just like half off of memory, and that didn't work. I like kept making mistakes, and then like had to go and watch like a video of someone do it so I could remember all the steps. Thankfully, the setup, like, if you nail the setup, like, it's basically foolproof. I mean, not completely, but it's pretty consistent. Like, you don't really have to employ any skill other than, you know, hey, don't be an idiot. And okay, so that one was pretty good. I got it right off the plank. I rotated the camera and then punched this time. Slow walked. Oh, forgot. Yeah. Oh gosh, that was me attempting to adjust the camera again from that position, but I don't know what happened. I had a massive brain fart and just used the movement joystick to try to adjust the camera. That was me also just failing to, like, even make it to the bridge. Yeah, so obviously there's a lot of movement in this that I need to improve if I'm gonna try to lower my time any. I mean, like, some seriously free wins in terms of time save. Like, even just, like, not the technical glitches, just, like, straight up not doing stupid things. But okay, so here, my camera rotate, punch, slow walk down, and then up and, oh, adjust the camera, up and then down, and then I'm pretty sure I get it. Yep. Here we go! So overall, I mean, not terrible. I mean, not great, but I also forgot to do my split for that until right about here. Oh, no, wait. Oh, gosh, no, that's not the last star of Womp's Fortress. Yeah, so the rest of these stars are pretty noteworthy, other than the fact that I went the wrong way here and don't know what I was doing, but... Oh, one thing, I got super lucky right here. I don't know what that was or how I managed to recover that. You know, I'll take it. A couple of lucky movements, but nothing of note here other than, yes, I do know how to do the ground pound trick through the thwomp. I did that, I think, even anytime I've done a casual playthrough. I do miss it right here, though. Just bad timing. The timing window is really lenient, which just makes missing it there, like, even more embarrassing, because it's pretty hard to miss. And with that, we are on to the last star from Womp's Fortress, which is the big tower, or whatever it's called. Overall, it's just a movement star. I need to work on my movement. Also, this is kind of the halfway point star-wise. We're at 8 out of the 16 that we need. Obviously not the halfway point of the run, or my time would be a lot better than it actually ended up being. But halfway through with the stars, at least. Yeah, so that would have been really great movement. I got up there with a cool side flip, and then I managed to fall in the crack between the platform and the wall. So that was not cool. But still, I think I managed to do decent enough here. Nothing like lightning fast, but I do backwards flip up onto that first platform and then just jump across the remaining ones. Alright, and that is the last star of Womps. So on to Bowser 1. Notable, obviously, because this is the only star door that we're actually allowed into. This is the only star door we're going to meet the prerequisites for of this run. But yeah. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, just so many little movement things like that that just hold this run back. A bonk here, a death here. You'll notice we're down to 2 lives. It's going to end up mattering later. Kind of. But yeah, what to say about this level? Other than the fact that I die here, I'm remembering. And I'm super upset about it because this level is not hard. And my movement actually the first time through was kind of okay. Other than whatever I did here. Triple jump for no reason. Yeah, but yeah, and it's like right at the end too, so it's like the most possible. Oh, and I hit every single one of these somehow, except for this guy. But then I get stuck on his crystal. But yeah, I die like right at the end of this level, and it's so annoying because it's like the maximum time loss. I play it really safe on a lot of these platforms, which once again would be good if I didn't die here. So yeah, right here, I jump and head bonk, and that just drops me right in the pit with no chance of saving it. So down to 1 life, and we have to try that again. But the rest of this level is pretty uneventful. I continue to play it safe. My movement the second time through is actually worse. I almost die again there by going off the edge, but yeah. Overall, high level, my Bowser fights this run were all right, with the exception that I need to practice Bowser 3 a bit more, but I won't. Oh gosh, that was close. I forgot about that. Need to practice Bowser 3 a bit more, but I'll let that speak for itself by the time I get there. I don't know what the heck I was doing there. But I realized, okay, actually, you know, instead of jumping and having the potential to bonk, why don't we just walk off the edge? It's right there. And of course I get bonked by that, and he... like, continually flirting with death here. I was constantly... oh my gosh, even there I could have slid backwards. Yeah, just constantly trying to fight the controls not to... and the everything to not kill myself. Camera thus far wasn't too bad, I don't think, camera controls wise, but it gets worse at some points in the run. Yeah, this was pretty uneventful. Just trying to get my camera in a position where I can see one of the bombs. I didn't quite throw them hard enough, but I managed to recover it here, so... so yeah, not bad. This is substantially faster leaving Bowser 1 than I was in my first run. I wish I had kept some rough times for it, but having to like completely learn cannonless, like I was using it as an opportunity to learn the tech too, or at least some of the tech. So I lost a lot of time to that. So now we're heading into the basement. We have to get, what is it, 7 more stars here? Well, no, 8 more, no, 6 more stars. 2 in each level is what I do here, to bring us up to 15 to spawn mips. So we start with Hazy Maze Cave, as my splits say. I am going for the star on the island. It's like sea monster something, maybe I just said it right there. But I do elevator clip to get it, so I'm not actually going to deal with the horror that is the sea monster Dory. In my initial run, that's another spot I lost a ton of time. Actually, just this whole level, I actually really don't like Hazy Maze Cave casually. And so I don't remember the level very well, or any of the layout. So I actually, in my original run, spent a bunch of time. I walked around a little bit, tried to get my bearings. I knew this was the star I was going for, but I was trying to find it. And then, in my initial run, yeah, I failed the clip a couple times, which is super annoying. I think I wasn't close enough. I think you have to be close to the wall. Yeah, and then after all that walking around, I finally find the elevator in my initial run and proceed to, oh my gosh, proceed to miss the island. So I still had to do the backup of actually doing, you know, navigating Dory. And that was a disaster. And then I didn't realize that you actually can ground pound on Dory's back to get Dory to put its head down. So I screwed around for a while until I figured that out, but this was much less eventful, other than missing the elevator clip a couple times, which, you know, is actually a pretty big waste, but could be worse. So here we're going for, I cannot remember what it's called, but it's the one where you wall kick and you get up onto the platform. And then I just don't know what I was doing there. I decided to dive in there, which is really annoying because I was actually worried about my life count here. Because I realized that I had 0 lives now, and I actually died the first time I attempted this trick. So I was a little nervous that I was going to die. I mean, worst case scenario here is that you simply go back to the castle courtyard and you have to walk back here. I mean, it's a penalty, but it's payable. Yeah, so a few attempts to kind of get my wall jumps. I'm still working on the timing for these wall jumps, like to actually successfully get them. I think either this, yeah. So really, like, honestly, for me, that was pretty good. And then I don't know if there's probably a faster way to do this. Actually, I should probably look it up. But I chose to just take the safe route and hang climb over to the star. Still a fair bit faster than going the intended route. Yeah, and so I was also worried about having the 0 stars. Like, if I didn't die here, which I didn't, going into Lethal Lava Land, I was a bit worried because that generally involves a lot of like lava damage boosting, at least the path that I'm gonna take. And so I was worried, like, hey, you know, if you miss one or if you mess up, like, that's gonna be a death, and therefore game over. Spoilers, I already said I didn't game over this run, so I manage it. But... yeah, alright, so I go for Bowser's 8 red coins first. Some fun with the sliding puzzle. I probably need to, what the heck? I need to firm my movement up here, obviously. I kind of just arbitrarily go for coins and then take damage there for no reason, but I mean, it could have been worse. I actually remember like a long time ago playing this casually and struggling with that star for some reason, but it's not that hard, so I'm not sure why I would have struggled. Okay, so we're gonna go back in, and this is the star that I'm pretty sure is actually not on the 16-star route, but it's the one that I'm doing, which is the log rolling one. And it's not a particularly fast star, but it's also not that slow. But there's almost certainly a faster star, especially if my movement was better. The problem here is that I actually also just do a terrible job of doing the star. So I'm already like super low health. And normally I plan to do like a lava boost here to like get to the log faster. But then I get on this platform and I'm like, oh, okay, we're good. And then I get burned and I'm like, oh crap. So then I'm taking damage. I'm like, yeah, and I come out with 1 health. So I'm like, okay, well, no lava boosts to get on the log for me. We're just gonna play it slow, especially with that 0 lives. And my plan at this point was to actually try and not die, and instead try and not die. Yeah, that was my plan. But my plan was to try and not die until beating Bowser 2. And if I could manage that, then I could simply die in... because you have to go back into a level after you beat Bowser 2 in order to warp to the main hall. You exit and quit the stage. I was going to try to just die and instead take me back to the courtyard and then walk, which is slower, obviously, but it's, you know, kind of a safety strat. I do the box movement here to get over to the bird. It's slower, I think, than the correct strat, which is to go and use the Shy Guy that lets you spin, but it's fast enough, and I still intercept the bird in the spot where I was planning to, so... So yeah, with that star, then we're gonna go for atop the Shining Pyramid, which is pretty easy. Although, yeah, I think I missed the box I missed the box jump here, I think. Yeah, my angle was super bad. So I almost die here, which would have sucked, but it would have probably been okay. I would have just had to pay that penalty I was talking about earlier. So instead, I go for a backup strat that I just kind of did on the fly of like, hey, let's go up here and I can make this long jump, so let's do it. But this puts you in a pretty crappy angle, so I ran back down here, futzed with the camera a bit, and then just got up there. And yeah, so now we're on to mips. Oh my gosh, mips. This sucks. The actual clips are fine. Getting this stupid rabbit. And the annoying part is in my first playthrough, in my first like go around that I tried this, like I specifically chased him around for a long time and figured out where to intercept him. And I then proceeded to like, well, that one should have actually got him. I was like a little bit late on the grab, I guess. But then on like subsequent grabs where I fail, I proceed to like not stand far enough right there with Toad. Like because he always dives to that side when he's leaving that hallway with Toad. So like you can position yourself like right there and catch him. It's not supposed to be that hard, but I then proceed to like not be far enough. Yeah, see, like I was too far left and swinging to the left. So this is just frustrating to watch. So then I start just like getting frustrated and not long jumping, trying to like get ahead of him and catch him. And I know how he also dives the same direction here, so but not as severely. So I thought I could catch him there. Yeah, this is just painful to watch again. So this is an easy way to make up some time. I should be able to consistently catch him in the Toad hallway. Yeah, my timing just... That could have honestly worked, probably, but my timing was just so atrocious. Butt slide. And then, yeah, I think I'm too far left again. Oh, yeah, like way too far left here. Yep, not even close. And I think right around this time is when I was like, okay, telling myself, yes, I have to be really far right to catch him. So I went in with a renewed sense of determination. I think I tried to push him toward Toad. Failed. Tried this again, missed. I really hope I didn't push him back toward that hallway again, but I might have. No, I didn't. I was careful. I really wanted to push him towards Toad. So I pushed him over here. And yeah, I'm hugging that wall real tight this time. There we go. So mips clip. Now that we actually have mips, we don't need the star that he drops. It's a waste of time. We need him. I was pretty proud of myself when I did this run the other day, my very first run. The only thing I knew about mips clip, doing mips clip, was like, I've seen like people do it a long time ago, but it wasn't something I knew. Was that I needed to like walk up to the door and then to the edge of the door until his shadow disappeared. And that's when I needed to drop him. And I kind of just like figured everything else out. You can see there I was a little too, I wasn't quite in a position to grab him, so I had to try again. And then Lakitu loves it when you fail mips clip because he gets stuck. But yeah, so just wait till his shadow disappears. Yep, there it goes. And then I can clip in, crouch, turn around, grab him, turn around, and throw him in. And then there you go. Part 1 done. Very easy. And then my mips clip part 2. Sit here and screw around trying to grab him. We slowly waddle. I think there's a faster way to. Maybe it's faster to like throw and catch him because this is really slow walking. Can't remember, but yeah. Wait till the shadow disappears, drop him, and boom. First try through the star door. I was pretty happy. I was very happy with that. So here's where I realized that my plan about just dying to go back to the courtyard is great. Unless I die in either of these levels when I'm trying to attempt them. Because I realized if I die in either of these levels, I will game over and go back to the courtyard and not have enough stars to like actually go through these doors. And I think because I didn't pick up the star, I'd be able to catch mips again, maybe? I'm not sure. But I started panicking a little bit internally that like, oh crap, this was a really bad idea. I should not have left myself at 0 lives for this, actually, because like worst case scenario, if mips wasn't there for me to re-grab, like this run would be over because you can't do it in 16 stars. Without, I mean, like I know there's a way to do it. I guess if I adopted part of the like 0 and 1 star route to like backwards long jump into here, but I don't know how to do that. So also get a lot of lag in here. I know this is one of the particularly laggy levels that I miss it right there because of the camera angle. That speedrunners like talk about how like, yeah, they manipulate the camera to like load fewer objects. I don't know any of that, so I just kind of had lag, and you know, it was annoying. But also, I know there's a faster way to get up on the sub, but I don't know the movement, and so like I said, I kind of was just doing this run for fun. Wanted to see, you know, if I could get a lower time. I was actually watching. What inspired me to do some of these runs is I was watching Northern Lion do his kind of casual-ish speedrun of Super Mario 64, and it took him like multiple hours the first try. And he was doing a similar thing as me. It was like, you know, learning some of the tech, having a vague idea of what the route is. And I thought, hey, I think I can do that faster, despite having never speedran it. Granted, I've played a fair bit of Mario 64 growing up and whatnot, so I have a lot of familiarity with the levels and the layouts, but yeah, so I did it did my first run, and it was a fair bit faster, and then I was like, oh, I should try that again and actually record it and have some splits and do the whole speedrunning thing. But yeah, I skipped over it, but yeah, so I was panicking in the previous level, and I realized, okay, crap, I need to like actually have lives here. So I stopped and grabbed 1-up earlier, and then realized, oh yeah, there's also the 1-up you get when you climb the pole. So I had a couple lives by this point, so I was feeling a little bit better. This Bowser fight is not particularly hard, so I wasn't really worried. I was actually more worried about dying on the level in some stupid way. Yeah, really pretty slow and cautious. I don't know why I took the monkey bar great to like cross that area, but I was pretty happy with this series of long jumps, even with the getting bar. Oh my gosh, my first run through here, I bonked here like probably 4 times, like right there, like 4 times in a row. But quick recovery, wall jump up, which is much faster than a long way. And there's just areas like that right there where I like hesitated, like because I couldn't see what was ahead of me and wasn't sure. It's just something that I would learn to, you know, deal with as I got more comfortable with the route. Oh, I forgot to call it out, but yeah, 16 stars, we have them. Got the last one from boarding Bowser's sub. And yeah, this one's pretty uneventful. I like completely whiffed throw, but at least I didn't throw him off. But yeah. Not super clean of a fight, but like, you know. Considering the alternative was like a second died, had to start over, that was fine. So now for the fun part of the run, the thing that I also just kind of figured out on my own from the run that I did the other day. Like, I've obviously seen speedrunners do it. Oh, and here's where I'm talking. We return back into the level in order to exit course. Which I then paused twice, and I'm not stopped, so it doesn't let me. But anyway, yeah, backwards long jumps. I've seen them done, obviously, in 64 runs before. I have, like, an idea from watching, you know, like Pan and Coix videos on Super Mario 64, like tech. But I've never actually like watched a tutorial, and I like watched a little bit of a tutorial the other day, and it was like not helpful at all. Like I was trying to like figure out like what's the rhythm, or like how fast should I be mashing, and it wasn't really helping. I walk up here just to turn my camera around. Right now I'm more comfortable for this one doing it from this angle. And I got a couple of double yahoos there, which is like indicating I'm kind of close. Early on, I get really close. Yeah, right there was really close, but it just was not. I wasn't lined up enough with the door, I don't think, to clip through it. So, unfortunately, it takes me quite a bit longer. Still not terrible, but if I had gotten it right there, it would have been like really, really good for me anyway. Yeah. This is actually still much faster than my first attempt, but I actually struggled a fair bit here. And then I even struggled on the endless staircase, which I don't know what the common consensus is, but I find the endless staircase BLJ to be like pretty easy because you basically have infinite runway to just dial in how much you mash and get the speed right. Plus, it's like directly after this BLJ, so you know, it's kind of have a little bit of muscle memory that goes forward with you. I actually was considering, I'm running this version on on Project 64. I actually was gonna do it on Switch because I have a Switch and wanted to. It would have been convenient. But I only have access to the All Stars version, which is the Shindo version, which is has BLJs patched out. And I could pay extra for the Nintendo expansion pack thing, but based on the reviews of what I've seen of that, that's not worth it. So I just took the time to set up the emulator, and then this way I can have the nice split and record in OBS, and I don't have to screen capture and whatever. It's actually less work in the long run. So I think right around here is when yep, right there's where I get it. So just got into the rhythm, and you know, gotta push the buttons at the right time, I suppose. So around here, 42 minutes, I was thinking, man, this is like way better than my hour 45 time last time, which is not wrong. But BLJ, and just like I got stuck in the wall, which was weird. I've never had that happen. I proceeded to mess it up for a while, but then I got it. And so now we're on to Bowser 3. What to say about Bowser 3? Well, I was still a little worried about, well, okay, I wasn't worried about lives, because I know there's a 1-up by Bowser's entrance. So, like, typically my plan is, like, if I die in the Bowser fight, when I come out of the Bowser fight, I just always make a habit of grabbing that, even if it's a little slower to do that, but the problem is that you have to make it to the Bowser fight. And my movement here actually was like, I felt was pretty decent. But the thing is I noticed that, basically as soon as I went past that little carousel, I was thinking, oh, I bet I could backflip onto there, and skip part of the upcoming bits. I didn't go and do it because I didn't remember what this bit is like, but I struggled so much with this. And, like, yeah, I just didn't even know what to do at some points. I was, like, trying to go fast, but, like, I just kept screwing up, and then making that jump was a pain. I actually went this way on my first run, and, like, just made it first try, like with luck, I guess. But this, I was not lucky here. And I tried rotating my camera a bit because I think when I did it the very first time, I was like had my camera to Mario's back, so I was trying to like see if a different camera angle would help me. But the problem is that like I make it over there and get grabbed and then thrown off the cliff. So, my concerns about one-up, were like a little bit more concerning because I was like, crap, I have to make it through that part. But then I got back there and remembered, oh, there's that something that looks like a skip with that carousel. And maybe I should do that if it'll let me skip that horrible, horrible part. And then after that, the level's pretty straightforward. Yeah, what else? Yeah, and I definitely could do this more effectively, but yeah, I even jumped off because I was thinking, is this really going to let me skip that part, that really bad part? And then I jumped back on because I was like, yeah, it definitely is. I should do it. But yeah, so head up the stairs. This movement is garbage. I mean, thankfully I make it in time, but like, it's not smooth at all. Probably like one really well timed triple jump can get you up there. Here. And then I try to hang to the far side of this moving platform because I know there's a one-up on one of the upcoming ledges that, just for safety's sake, I would like to grab, and I did in my other run, but I just was like barely off, and then I tried to go back for it, and I'm like, oh crap, no, stop! But I thankfully managed to still get across. Coming up here, I had a couple of issues in my original run. So you can see I try to go to the right so I can pass by that pole, and I fail to do so. So I missed that jump, or I messed that jump up at least once on my original run. So I was trying to be cautious, but carousels go well. And then at this point, I'm like, okay, I can see the end. As long as I don't like horribly screw up, I'll be okay. I go and I collect the one-up anyway, just because I might as well. It's kind of on the way. And we are in! So the Bowser 3 fight. Yeah. My first attempt. So I've already kind of spoiled that there was more than one. Started out actually really decently, although I was a bit greedy. I tried for several like early tail grabs by like diving, and I missed them, and so I had to like, take damage. But that would have been fine. Oh, and then I forgot I missed a throw there, which I try to avoid because it preemptively like, makes your fighting area smaller. But yeah, other than that, I think I go for the dive. Yeah, oh, no, I didn't dive. I tried to dive. I was mad because I might have gotten it. I wasn't quite in position. I always struggle with knowing exactly like where is okay to like touch on Bowser's hitbox without taking damage. You have to cut your turns around him really fast in order to actually get behind him, otherwise he turns too fast. But yeah. So, first hit went well. Second hit was a really weak one. I actually kind of did the weak one intentionally because I wanted to try and see if I could just like move him towards the bomb and then recover and grab his tail again, but I failed. Second hit, and at this point I'm thinking, okay, like maybe we got something here. And I managed to grab him before he could do anything, which was awesome. But I then proceed to just like totally flub it. And I really even I tried to slow down. I was not that far off. My aim actually was okay. I think he needed one more rotation of speed. But I get the dodge, but he bowls me over, and I'm forced to take a death. So a little disheartened, I go grab my mushroom and try again. This one, I tried to be a little bit more cautious in terms of the, like, not going for so many quick tail grabs. I can't promise that I didn't go for any. I can't remember. But this one, yeah. In my first attempt at this, I only died on this fight once. Which was alright. But I only died on this fight once and then proceeded to, like, miss the final throw probably 8 times. So it was really not any better than having died again. So, you know, easy first throw. So that's right where it all went bad. I let him get a fire breath off before I grabbed his tail, and then I just proceeded to die. Because every single piece of... And right as I'm turning that corner, I see a coin that could have maybe saved me, and I missed it, so... That I was really, really upset, actually. that death was really awful. I entered with renewed determination that I wasn't going to let him kill me any more times. And also by this time I'm thinking, oh crap, you know, 50, like, going in the second time I was like, okay, I'm only at like 48 minutes, or whatever I was at. Like, I could still pull off a sub 1 hour, which was kind of a rough goal. Like, once I saw how the run was going at the start, I was like, oh, I could definitely hit sub 1 hour. But then there were like a bunch of mistakes, and I was like, oh crap. So like, I went in the second, for Bowser 3, the second time, and I was like, okay, like 48 minutes, I still have plenty of time to get a sub hour. Spending 12 minutes on his fight is like something that shouldn't really happen. But then I died, and I'm like, ah, crap. Okay, I still have 10 minutes, but like that's starting to like eke down. And if I died again, then I'm gonna be like seriously unhappy. So I wasn't super nervous by this point, but I was a little bit that I wasn't gonna meet my goal, which wasn't a huge deal because I mean sub 1 hour is like not impressive in the least. I think it firmly puts me somewhere better than 3,000th place on the leaderboard, but I was really, really happy with that throw. That was so, like, honestly, this fight could not have gone better for me. So, that final throw was awesome. I need more final throws like that when I fight Bowser 3. Grab the star, stop the timer, 52:07. So yes, definitely sub hour. Honestly, like for all the mistakes I made and how many times I had to try some of the tricks and chasing that stupid rabbit, pretty happy with that. I think I could easily do sub 45 if I just like cleaned up some stuff. Probably even sub 40. I wouldn't mind improving my time a little bit to, you know, something a little more respectable anyway. But yeah, and so that's where it ends. With this excellently voice-acted cutscene of Peach thanking you for collecting and returning the power of the stars to the castle. If only she knew how few stars we actually recovered. And then awkwardly inviting us in to bake a cake for Mario. So yeah, I'll let this play out, but thank you for watching.
And it's all thanks to you. Thank you, Mario. We have to do something special for you. Here we go! Listen, everybody. Let's bake a delicious cake for Mario.